Okay, so our song for this week is a traditional church song that says power and might. Then I believe we did belongs, which is still in the one chord, to just passing notes to then the God is a 4, or if you want F major chord over D, so forever, and a C over G, or 1/5 if you want, then A, that is your 5 dominant 7th. Man, so I'll do it again. So there's power and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 4, 2 this, and 2 this. I believe you know that that's the basic way you can do it, but what we are trying to do is to flip it a little and then add a few of the funny intonations of chords to it. So I believe the first one we did was to introduce a passing chord in between the 1 and then the 4 here. So power and the 1 belongs to a 4, okay? I know it's funny the way I'm thinking about it. Don't worry about it. Power and the 1. So we are going to do a passing chord that will be a this to a this to a that, which is a 2 to a 5, then this becomes our 1. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Power and this, I did. Okay, so let's go through the voicing. The voicing for the 5 is this. That's the bass line is going to be a G. So what we do is this. The right hand chord is D, A, F, and D, like this, which is a regular D minor chord, if I'm right. And then the left hand will do an F, A, B flat. So together it sounds like this, bass line. Okay, and then if you can add some grace and also. So power and might. Then okay, so from this, the next chord is this. Right hand, you have C, you have G, you have D. Left hand, you have B flat, A, and E. So I'll read it again. Power and a 1. And if you want the 1 is a C. Okay, on the left hand, C, E, G, A, which is like a C 6th. And then you superimpose this on it, which is a 9th chord. So you have this nice little voicing. So power and then our friend here to our friend here, again the grace note thing. So good. Then we did a 4. The 4 we are using is right hand voicing again. We have a C, A, G, and E. And the left hand voicing we have an F and a C. So again from the top. So power and might belongs. Then I think I've thrown in a few more notes. So that's the left hand, there's F, A, C, D. Okay, then you superimpose this over it. If you speak in fa and la and those things, there's a fa chord and there's a la chord on top of it. So power and again to add this, to add this, to add that. And then I believe I did this is off the F minor chord over D bass line. So this is how I voiced it. Pretty thick in the middle. The right hand you do a C, a B flat C, B flat F, and D. And then you add a C here. If you have a big thumb like it, you can just hold it down. If not, don't worry about it. You can do C, A flat, F, D, C together. Right hand, you're doing A flat again, F, and a D. So together, you're going to play this way. You get it. So power and might again. Grace note, grace note. Then you do our new friend. Okay, so forever. And sometimes I'll do things like, what did I do? Those are just intonations of the Fa minor chord. A very good example of this is what was done with, I believe, is Total Praise, whether he does, I think, what did he do? Da, 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 da. So it's about the same thing. Same concept. So you get a thing. So power and might again belongs to our God. Then back to a 1/5. This is basic, but I'll still spell it out. You have a C, a G, an E, a C. Left hand, you have a G, E, G. So whatever, and then A. See that? You're extending the voice now. You have a D, A, F, C, F, O, A. You can do Amen, or you can do A, then you change it to a G chord here, which is G, D, B, G, D, and then back to a 1. Let's put it all together and hear how it sounds like. So power and might belongs to our God forever, if you want. And then this, and then to a this, and then back to the 1. All right, so the second progression we did, we just threw in a 2 major chord before we threw in our friends, the 5 and the 1 and all that. So if that's too much numbers, let me just play through it once. So it was power and might, before, you get a thing. I'll do it again. Power and might. So let's go through. The new guy in town is a 2 chord, and he looks like this. The regular way to play a 2 chord, I should say, is just to voice it this way. But let me play that. You see, it doesn't sound too jazzy. I'll play it for you. It sounds like power and might. You don't want to play that. So let's spice it up a little. So power and might. The hairs of the deacons will be standing by the time you finish with that. So the second chord is this. It's actually an upper structure for those of you that are into theory and all that. This is a 3 chord, actually, over a 2 bass line. So the right-handed chord is a regular E major chord. E, B, A flat, E. That's funny, isn't it? And then you add this to it. This is a D, F sharp, and then a C. So is this. So again, power and might. These guys, you know them already. What I did was something from Kevin Bond, I believe. Just an intonation. Same chord is the F major 7. Then you do. Listen to a lot more Kevin Bond, you get that. Back to our chord. So power and might. Here, here, here. That should see you through the second progression that we did. Okay, so the next thing we threw in was to replace the 1 chord with the 6 chord. So instead of doing power and might starting from the 1, we do a 6 chord. But the passing chord before we do the 6 is to do a 3. So forever and ever, amen. You can do a 5. Okay, so what you need to know, there is a 3 chord. The right hand voicing is G, E, C. Actually, it starts from the B flat as a passing chord to the C. So it starts from B flat, D, F, and then to C, E, G. Like, you get it? There's so many versions of this thing, but let's stick with this for now. The left hand voicing, you have a D, A flat, E. So good. So power, and the 6 is that's a good one. The right hand voicing is A, E, C, B. Left hand voicing A and the G. So the rest will be the same. So power or power 6. Then you do your 2. So let me put it together. Power and might. You got that? So power. Just one more time. Power and. Let me throw in this one. Sometimes you can use this as a 1, which is from the 5 to the 1. This one is an A major chord, being E, C sharp, A, E, and then you play a tritone down here. You have I was going to say a 3 and a 7, right? So, but an E and a B flat. So from this, you can do this, and then you continue from there. Power and might again belongs to our God. After you do the 2 for forever and ever, you do a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And I'm sure you are saying, Koda, that's too jazzy. Yes, in the church context, you may not be able to use this in every time, but just in case, maybe they are giving an announcement in church and you want to do something, it should work. Then you do. I'm sure the announcement will sync better if you do that. Just joking. But in any case, the chords are 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Let's go to the 3. The 3 is a 2 major chord over a 3. Again, the last one we did was a 3 over 2. That is this. This is the opposite. This is a 2 over 3. So the right hand voicing, we have an A, F sharp, D, and an A. The bass line, or sorry, the left hand voicing is a little stretch, but we have an E, a B here, and then we have an F sharp, a little stretch. So it is. So this, and then all you do is to change the bass line to a 6, and then you do a small change with the chord. This time A, F, C sharp, G. So again, the 2 of them together. Okay, and then you move down. There's a 2 chord. This is a G, E, C, F for the 2. Left hand voicing D, D, or D, C, depending on what you want. This is the 2, and then to the 5. So if you're doing something over the last part, forever and ever. Traditionally, it's forever and ever. Or in the second example, I believe we did forever and ever, amen. But let's try something different. We are going to do forever and ever. 4 pretty chords we can put there. Forever and ever. Right hand voicing is 4, which is a 2 chord. So you have A, F, C, and then you have an A and a D. So 4, you got that. So 4, so it's 4, so the ever is the first part of the word ever, I should say, is, which is a 1 chord, so to speak, 1 major ninth, I believe. We have a B here, a G here, a D, in the right hand voicing, we have a G and a C here. So again, for here it gets funny. So forever, so the ever, we have forever. The va is the right hand voicing is C, A flat, E flat. Bass line or left hand voicing should be B flat and an F. So again, forever, then and, which is, I believe we did this chord. This is the F minor chord. It's another voice, and this time over this bass line. So let's voice it out. There's a D, A flat, F, hold C and D together like this. Left hand voicing, A flat, F, A flat. So forever, and then you resolve back to the one, ever. The rest is still the same. So I'll do it again. So power and 6 belongs to, then there's something I love to do. Can you see that? It's just F chord to A minor chord, but you just put the middle note down here, the third.